Today we're looking at a product from RØDE microphones that isn't a microphone. This is the NTH-100, the company's very first pair of headphones. For the past few weeks, I've been using them for video editing and some general listening. And for a first attempt at studio headphones, these are astonishingly impressive. I do consider these to be in the mid-tier in terms of pricing. They're retailing for just $149 US. That's pretty much the sweet spot in terms of money to spend on studio headphones. That being said, RØDE has made some unique touches that do set these apart one way or another. We'll start with my favorite feature, and that's how you can attach the audio cable on either ear cup. That is super neat because you'll never have a cable running across you regardless of your setup. It is a fairly standard plug-in then twist to lock mechanism, but a fun fact I learned through their product handbook, it would seem they've designed the material on the connector to be slightly softer than the socket it plugs into. That way, if you ever accidentally tug the cable super hard, it's the cable's connector that gives way and not the actual headphones themselves. The cable is easily replaceable, so I was quite impressed that they have actually taken that into consideration when designing the NTH-100s. I'm not exactly worried about durability, however. The physical build of these do definitely inspire confidence. Very solid, no rattly bits. The ear pads and headband are also user replaceable. The headband adjustment is a bit different here. There is a locking mechanism that RØDE's named FitLock. You basically have to rotate a tab to unlock the headband before adjusting it, then lock it back in place. I thought this was a bit extra and inconvenient at first because to adjust your headband, there's now 2 extra steps: unlocking and relocking. But the longer I used the headphones, it began to make more and more sense. You see, unless you're sharing headphones, you would rarely have to adjust the headband again after you get it right the first time. Having it locked in place means your adjustments won't get bumped off when you shove your headphones inside a pouch, or just so as little as placing it down on the table and bumping it off. So at first I was against FitLock, but now I would much rather have it. But it's time we talk about the most important part. How do these sound? Being headphones designed for monitoring work, it does have a flat response, but it's doing a great job at reproducing the entire frequency range. I find the mids and highs to be quite transparent and balanced. It doesn't overly emphasize nor conceal certain frequencies. I'm also getting decent clarity without it sounding harsh or brittle. It does reach nice and deep into the low frequencies as well. It's capable of delivering very deep bass, but if I was to be nitpicky about it, the mid bass is overpowering the sub bass a bit, which does cause the bass response to sound a bit thicker than I would have personally preferred. But overall, I am quite satisfied with the sound of these. Almost as important though as the way a pair of headphones sound is how comfortable they are, because as good as they sound, you gotta be able to keep them on your head. Fortunately, the NTH-100s are one of the more comfortable pair of headphones I've used. Every square inch that comes into contact with your head is finished in Alcantara. The ear cups are also just big enough to fit around my ears without pinching them. Within the ear cushions, RØDE also integrated their own cooling gel called CoolTech that's supposed to help absorb and dissipate heat. When I was wearing them for long editing sessions, it does seem to be helping. It feels quite a bit longer before my ears begin to feel like they're in a sauna compared to other headphones like my Audio-Technica M50s. When you leave the NTH-100s in an air-conditioned room as well, the ear pads do feel kinda icy when you first put them on. I suppose that can only be the CoolTech gel we're feeling. The ear cups, however, cannot be adjusted to face any direction other than inward, which means you can't hold an ear cup up against your ear without actually putting the headphones on like you could with some other headphones. But one last thing worth mentioning is the NTH-100's relatively low impedance of just 32 ohms. That makes these a very easy pair of headphones to drive for just about any use case. It plugs into a 3.5mm stereo jack, and it comes included with a locking 1/4-inch adapter. So there we have it, a very solid first pair of headphones from RØDE. I am glad that it's priced quite accessibly. Definitely a pair of headphones to consider for content creation. It will hold up just fine on set all the way to post. Purchase links down below if anyone's interested to go for a pair. And if you enjoyed this review, I'll see you in another one.